Bugün sizlere Himalayaların eteklerinde dünyanın en yüksek zirvelerinin gölgesinde yer alan Nepal'den oldukça benzersiz ve etkileyici bir geleneği anlatacağım. Bu belgeselde Nepal'in mistik dünyasında yer alan Kumari adı verilen yaşayan tanrıçaların hikayesine tanıklık edeceksiniz. Kumari, Sanskritçe'de genç kız anlamına gelir ve Nepal'in bazı bölgelerinde küçük kız çocukları tanrıça Telaju'nun yeryüzündeki temsilcisi olarak seçilirler. Bu kız çocukları belirli ritüel ve kriterlere göre seçilir ve bir tanrıçanın ruhunu taşıdığına inanılır. Ve bu süre zarfında toplumun manevi liderleri olarak kabul edilirler. Bu eşsiz gelenek yüzyıllardır Nepal kültürünün bir parçası olarak yaşatılmakta. Kumari, halk tarafından büyük bir saygı ve hürmetle karşılanırken yaşamları adeta bir sır perdesi ardında geçmektedir. Bir kumarinin nasıl seçildiği, yaşadığı zorluklar, sorumluluklar ve nihayetinde günlük hayata nasıl döndüğü bu belgeselin ana temasını oluşturuyor. Hazırsanız Kumari'nin büyülü dünyasına adım atalım ve yaşayan tanrıçaların eşsiz hikayelerini birlikte keşfedelim.
Biliyorsunuz burs veriyoruz tüm gelirlerimizde ve Just English bana inanılmaz yardımcı oluyor. Just English dil okulları. Onların Türkiye'de onlarca okulu var ve Amerika'da New York ve Los Angeles'ta da dil okulları var. Dünyayı gezmek için dil öğrenmeye ihtiyacınız var. Dil öğrenmeden de gezebilirsiniz ama insanları anlamanız için dil öğrenmeniz gerekiyor. Onun için de İngilizce en önemlisi. Dil öğrenmek için de bana desteğini esirgemeyen Just English'in Amerika'daki ve Türkiye'deki dil okullarını tercih edebilirsiniz. Evet, şimdi Kumari'nin yaşadığı köye geldik. Bu köy çok eski, en eski köylerden bir tanesi. Ganesh ve sıçanlar var. Gümüş değil bu. Gümüş parlatıyor gibi geldi de değil. Gümüş olsa gerçekten parlardı. Şimdi ben çok turistlerin bulaşmadığı bir yere gelmek istedim. Kumari'yi bulmak için. Ve bu köye geldik. Nepal'in en eski dağ köylerinden bir tanesi burası. Evet arkadaşlar. Kumari'ye ulaşmak için buradan geçmemiz gerekiyor. Hadi bakalım. Abo kayıyor. Dünyada benim vertigomu tetikleyen daha büyük bir şey yok. Sallanan bir köprü.
So how were you picked as a Kumari? How do they pick you?
Basically, there are like many Kumaris in Nepal at a time. I think almost 12 of them at a time, but 3 of them are the main ones, like one from Kathmandu. And she is the royal Kumari because she belongs to the capital city. She gets like most of the privileges and respect from the royal family as well. So when she's picked up, she has to live in a separate palace. It's called the Kumari Palace, and she cannot leave with her family. So that's the first Kumari. The second Kumari is from Patan. She is not as much as popular as the one from the royal Kathmandu Kumari, but she can live with her own family, with her own parents.
You're her mother? What's her name?
Her name is the living goddess Kumari, Dhyamaji.
Geometry. Thank you. Look who's in there. Sorry, this is her, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
She's blessed. She was very young.
Yeah.
When was
That
she?
time she's 6 years.
When was
Now
she
it's
Kumari?
11.
She was 5 years old, or when she was Kumari? Morgan Freeman. Nice. And this is
This one also 6 years. This one is now present.
Okay. And she's 11 now.
11.
Ah, she's very small here. Is the president of Nepal?
Yeah.
President of Nepal. Wow. Thank you very much.
Karşıdaki bu. Sıçtık. Gitti vertigo. 3 gün beynim sallanacak böyle. Vertigoyu bu küçük sallantılar var ya acayip tetikliyor. Teyzem selamünaleyküm. Köprü kardeşliği. Yerdeki çöplere bakın. Wow, this is a great bridge. Only for this bridge it's worth to come here. Sadece köprü için bile gelinir buraya. Yeah. Bungee jumping.
No,
No.
bungee jumping.
No monkey jumping is good. Evet, nehir. Why there is no river? Anam. Vertigo benim. Aa, çok yüksek. I told you I have vertigo. So it's very high for me. Look at the sky. Look how they shine for you. Let me look. Oh shit. Arkadaşlar çok güzel. Bakalım tetiklendi iyice vertigom. Ulan sizin için neler çekiyorum ya. Ulan sizin için neler çekiyorum ya. Çekmek derken suffering anlamında. Video anlamında değil. Oops, wait. My vertigo is going crazy. Evet. Hadi bakalım. Geldik. Bu işin kötüsü çelik bu köprü ama Allah'tan çelik. İp olsa var ya çok sallanacak. Koş koş koş koş. Tamam kurtulduk. Aha! %50 yırttık arkadaşlar. Başım çok kötü döndü ya. Şu anda beynim böyle sallanıyor. Vertigosu olanlar anlayacak beni. Wow. Horozun güzelliğine bakın ya. Nasıl parlak tüyleri var. Şu anda başım nasıl dönüyor var ya. Tuzlu ayran verin bana. Lan nerelere geldik be. İşte bunu seviyorum. Git bir tapınağı gör. Şehrin merkezinde. Tamam, Nepal'i gezdim. Bu derinliklere girmek çok hoşuma gidiyor ya. Eve bakın, Nepal tipi ev. Ne kadar Osmanlı konaklarına benzemiyor mu? Şu karşıdaki mesela. Biraz. Bangladeş'teki tuğlalar burada da aynı şekilde yapılıyordur. Tavus kuşu. Bu melek tavus var ya. Gezililerdeki. Ona benziyor. Birçok evde gördüm ben bu. Tavus kuşu sembolünü. Kumari'nin yaşadığı yeri bulduk. Yaşayan tanrıça. Evet, siz hiç yaşayan tanrıça gördünüz mü? Arkadaşlar çok turistik versiyonları var bu işin. Yani onlar gerçek Kumari ama turistlerin ziyaret ettikleri. Ben turistlerin ziyaret ettiklerini gördüm. Gerçek bir köydeki. Kafamda niye benim şey var ya? Kırmızı. The Kumari touched it. Bu ne diyorum ben de ya? Kanamış gibi şeyden görüyorum ben. Hi. How are you? Good. No problem.
Hey! La you.
Ya bu başka bir Kumari'yi biz şey yaptık, ziyaret ettik. O bana şey yaptı. Onlar çok para isteyince ben de orijinalini görmek istedim. Çok turistik istediler. Kumari'nin evine girmek için
Ellerinizi yıkamak zorundasınız. Benimkiler de yıkandı. Bu şekilde. What's your name?
Yubika Bhattacharya.
Yubika Bhattacharya.
Bhadracharya.
Yubrikada Bhadrajazi.
Yubika
Bhadracharya.
Yubrika Bhadrajari. Yubika
Bhadracharya.
Bhadrajari. Jari. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Ay canım. The first question is, how long has she been Kumari?
कति समय भयो उहाँ कुमारी हुनु
2 वर्ष लगभग हुन लाग्यो
It's been almost 2 years.
How did they pick her? You know, the
कसरी
how was she picked? Why was she picked?
कसरी छानिन्छ कुमारीहरू उहाँलाई कसरी छानिन्छ
हाम्रो चाहिँ यो कुमारी खलक भनेर छ 17-18 जना उहाँहरूको चाहिँ यो बन्धुदत्त वज्राचार्यको छोरीहरू मात्रै कुमारी हुन पाउँछ बोङमती एरियाको उहाँहरू चाहिँ अब कसको छोरी जन्मेको छ सबभन्दा थकाली सबभन्दा जेठो को छ हैन उहाँबाट चाहिँ सुरु हुन्छ जस्तै अहिले उ भइरहेको छ हैन अब 7 वर्ष 8 वर्ष भएपछि त उहाँको दाँत झर्छ नि त दाँत झरेपछि नेक्स्ट उ भन्दा ठुलो को छ हैन उलाई नै दिन्छ
दाँत झरेपछि
हजुर दाँत झरेपछि वा कुनै खुन हैन जस हजुर हात खुट्टा भाजिने यताउता त्यस्तो भयो भने पनि नेक्स्टलाई दिन्छ
Why they picked her specifically? There are many children in this area.
उहाँलाई नै चाहिँ किन अब त्यो
त्यस्तो वर्ष भनेर चाहिँ हुँदैन जस्तो अब उ भन्दा माथि एजको जुन भइरहेको थियो उसको दाँत झरेपछि चाहिँ अब उ भन्दा अब जति बच्चा छ एज अनुसारले मात्रै हुन्छ उ भन्दा मुनतिरको बच्चाहरू सबै उ भन्दा एज कम भएको भएर उ चाहिँ सबैभन्दा ठुलो एजको भएको भएर चाहिँ उलाई नै ट्रान्सफर हुन्छ अब उसको जतिसम्म रहन्छ त्यस्तो
Why is she different than the other Kumaris in the center? Because she maybe touches the ground. What is the difference?
यहाँ चाहिँ भन्नुपर्दा सरकारले कुनै पनि यो दिनु भएको छैन सुविधाहरू केही पनि छैन यहाँ चाहिँ जसको बच्चाहरू कुमारी हुन्छ उसको आफ्नै पर्सनल खर्चले हेर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ
How many Kumaris are there in Nepal?
10 is the number given, but so far I think 7 or 8 kumaris we can still, because it's a local, there can be local kumari in the community as well.
So is she proud that her daughter is Kumari?
तपाईँलाई कस्तो लाग्छ आफ्नो छोरी कुमारी भएको?
खुसी लाग्छ एकदमै रमाइलो लाग्छ हैन एउटा अब भगवानलाई जन्मदिन दिएको नि त हैन एकदमै लकी आफुलाई एकदमै लकी लाग्छ
Is she happy to be Kumari? Is she
मलाई
happy?
कस्तो लाग्छ होला म खुसी हुनुहुन्छ होला कुमारी भएर
कस्तो लाग्छ भन खुसी लाग्छ खुसी लाग्छ भन्नु खुसी नै हुन्छ अब
लुगा लाउनु हुँदैन
रातो नै
So she is mostly wearing red colors. It doesn't
She likes red.
रेड अरु कलरको लुगा लाउनु मिल्दैन
they cannot wear any other clothes.
Just red?
Yeah.
So I have from Laos. I have a nice wristband for her.
Okay.
Red one.
Thank you Anwar.
İşte bir tanrıçaya hediye veren ilk insan. And for you.
Okay, thank you.
I will check for you if I have. Maybe I don't have it. Var mı? Vallahi yok. Sorry. No.
सके
अहिले उहाँपछि अब आउनेहरू कतिजना
अब उहाँ पछि 3 जना छ अहिले कुमारी नै हुने चाहिँ 3 जना छ
Senin tanrıça mısın sen?
उहाँहरू त्यस्तै 3 वर्षदेखि मुनतिरका छ
So there are 3 more girls who are younger than her now. So when she is in her father status, then these 3 girls will get it.
Okay.
This way.
So she check that there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. I wish her a very good life, and I hope she'll be very happy.
उसलाई धेरै धेरै अगाडि सबै राम्रो होस्
Gözlerin güzelliğine bak ya. Çok güzel. Very beautiful girl. Very beautiful.
दक्षिणा चढाउनु पर्छ
त्यो त पछि
अनि गएको बेला होइन डियर भन्दै सुहाउँछ नि गइसकेपछि के पनि डियर भनेर सुहाउँछ
Thank you.
And the third Kumari is from the third city called Bhaktapur. It's like mixed. Like they cannot. The Kumari is like worshipped and dressed up as a goddess in the morning, but at the same time they can wear normal clothes and go to school. So it's like a hybrid model. So the selection process is different for each of these, it depends.
How were you picked?
For me, it was like, it's more into, do you understand Tantra?
Yeah, tantric.
Tantric religions, it's like the people who are into the culture specifically. We believe that the Kumari is the incarnation of goddess Taleju, who is a supreme goddess in our culture. So we have a temple dedicated to her, and the priest from that temple will play a very important role in the selection team. There will be some from the government officials as well, some astrologers, and some the royal priest of the country, his wife, the priestess, and some senior members of our community. So there are like 150 family from a closed community called Hakka Bahal in our local language. It's like a group of 150 families. So only the daughters or the girls from those particular community can become the Kumari. So
Are they from the lineage of Buddha? From the
yes,
same clan?
yes.
So you're from the lineage of Buddha yourself?
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
We are Bhajacharyas.
Yes.
This is a Buddhist priest, which means,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, it's like a Buddhist caste, maybe?
Yes,
yeah.
Buddhist priest.
Buddhist priest caste.
Yeah.
So your father was a priest?
Yes,
Yeah. So you were picked as a Kumari when you were 5 years
5
old?
years old.
5 years old.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome Dada.
Oy ben seni yerim canım benim ya.
Natural.
के भन्छ
Da.
भन
Natural. Yeah.
Tell her I will keep it all my life from her as a memory. Yes. Thank you very much. Canım benim ya. Okay, here.
Should I ask you the question that you want?
Yes, this is one more question I want to ask. You can ask her mother. Does she have some kind of like powers or like to see the future or like anything they notice?
So it's not like you can see the future, but yeah, it is believed that she possesses some kind of power.
Did they see it or did they like?
I cannot say for sure about our Kumari that we have here, but in case of our Kumari,
त्यही डेमा राखेर न
they're not proven, but said that they have this
Powers.
kind of powers.
Okay.
And it is done during the choosing process also, because there's a lot of tantric rituals that you to go through while selecting process.
Okay.
So, what
That's
the
good. No problem.
power is.
Tamam. Canım benim.
Như là như ở như là kiểu là dạ bé
How long have you been Kumari?
Almost 10 years, like 9.5 years exactly
9.5
to be,
years.
yeah.
So like, okay, you were like 5 years old.
Till 15.
Yeah, you just learned how to talk and how you're just discovering the world, and some people are coming to you and saying you're a goddess. Yes, which you are, according to your religion. So, how did it affect your childhood? Were you a very happy child when you were a Kumari, or just you were bored? I want to ask you because you can talk. I cannot ask you this. So.
I think, like, obviously there are some good sides and bad sides of being the goddess, like, because having a goddess home is a big status here in Nepal. It's like the goddess status is higher than that of the king, that of the president. Like, she is bowed down even by the head of the state. So she has a very high power here in the country. So having a goddess home from the religious perspective and even from the political perspective, like, it's a very high status for the family. But along with the status, there's a lot of responsibilities that come along, like the Kumari, they cannot go outside of the house. So they are kind of secluded. For the time being, she is the Kumari. Sometimes it can be like difficult, especially because she would be living a kind of lifestyle for a long time. Like, she's revered, she's loved by so many people, and people would come, bow down to her. Her lifestyle is completely different. She gets all the positive things like respect, the love and
yeah.
but that's just for some time, and when she stops being a goddess, she has to go back to the normal life, be a normal person without having an idea of what being normal is like. So it can be difficult, the transition. But if I have to talk about the Kumari life while I was living inside, it was really a good memory for me, because I think that not all girls have that privilege to become the goddess. And when I was chosen, I was just 5 years old. I did not have my own thinking capacity of whether being a goddess was right or wrong. But as I grew up and as I become used to the Kumari tradition, I felt that I was really blessed, because I was chosen for a special purpose, and that was to help people, because we act as the center of faith for so many people. They come with a lot of prayers, like sick people, they come to get cure. Some, if are wishing their promotion, maybe good health, prosperity, they come and get blessed from us, and they believe that having a glance of us will bring them good luck. So being that center of faith and being able to help them is like, from the spiritual aspects, it gives a lot of advantage, I think. So, yeah.
So, you mentioned it a little bit, but after you became a normal person, in one day, you just became a normal person,
yeah.
not a goddess anymore. Yes. So, how was the transition?
Transition was obviously it was hard, because we are replaced when we have our first period. So that is a time of going from childhood to the adolescence. There is one physical change that we are going through, and at the same time there's a big change in the lifestyle. Like, we're not a goddess anymore, and my mom was expecting me to just retire when I was 12 or 13. But so she started telling me that, okay, you cannot be a goddess forever, and once you have your period, you will stop, and you will have to go back to the normal life. People will not treat you the way they are, and you will have to go back to school and meet with people, talk with them, and struggle on your own. So I was kind of mentally preparing myself for the day. But when that day came, it was very shocking. A mixture of emotions, fear and sadness, because I was about to lose the status of a goddess. I had to give everything that was so dear to me as a goddess, the positions that I had. And there was some uncertainty, a weird feeling on how I would be able to, cope up with the world outside, how people will accept me, and all those fears. And even small things like walking in the streets and going to the local people, locality, it was all very strange.
Going to market.
Yes, it was very strange.
And I think they still respect you.
Yes, they do.
I watch you from your Instagram, so they're you're respected.
Yeah.
I think you're a very nice person, that's why. But plus, you were an ex-Kumari, that also brings probably a lot of respect as well. So. It was a weird conversation. It's an interesting conversation with your mother. And she was telling you, you cannot be a goddess all your life. That's, I think, not everybody can hear all over the world.
Yep. No, because it has been continuing from generation to generation, and it's important that we get such counseling from our parents, because otherwise, she had been telling those things imagine your first day in school, imagine your first day going to a shop and buying things on your own for the first time. I was trying to imagine myself into those situations, but when that day came for reality, it was surely a very weird experience, the first time experience every time. And if it was not with that kind of counseling or stuff, it would have been so difficult, I imagine.
So you're a very good mother. She really worked on you. And I think the conclusion has been nice. And you said I was the reincarnation of Taleju, the goddess. So did you have any powers when you were a goddess? Did you see her in your dreams? Did you have any predictions before? Did you have any superpowers, maybe we can call it?
I think we do not have that superpower, to destroy something out of which superpower she's in something. No, but it's not like we have that 24/7 power within us. But I still feel some kind of connection with the goddess. People believe in us, because as I said, so many people come with so many different prayers, and they believe that Kumari can heal them, Kumari can help them, and they come back with a thank
Were you able
you.
to
Yes.
heal people?
Yes, many, like thousands and so many people.
So good.
And
And were you able to like tell the future when you were
not really, but some signs.
yeah.
Like if Kumari cries and if Kumari laughs abnormally, people tend to interpret those emotions that Kumari shows, and it is supposed to mean something to the country or either the king, that like something bad would happen if the Kumari cries. There's this kind of belief here.
Oh, really? Yeah. Even like the kings and prime ministers come console.
Yeah. No,
Royal
like
Kumari.
in the past it was like a formal counseling, but
Yeah.
nowadays it's just for the purpose of they treat us as God. We don't have like that real say to the
Yeah, yeah.
politics, but still get the respect that we deserve.
I went to a town near here,
Mm-hmm.
so I met with the Kumari, but she wasn't the royal Kumari, or she wasn't like Patan Kumari. I don't remember the name of the village, but I'll show you her.
Okay.
Like she had a normal life.
Okay.
She was running away around. She was playing. She was talking to the other people.
The Kumari.
Yeah.
That's I think the third Kumari that I told you about.
Yeah, maybe not Bhaktapur, but so maybe you would know.
Oh, this is from Bungamati. It's one of the 12 Kumaris that I
Yeah.
told you. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was like a little child. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's also Kumari, but
Yes.
she's not like.
Not the full-time ones. Only
Okay.
2 Kumaris are full-time. The one from the Royal
Yeah.
Kumari and from Patan. The rest, they can, they wear the red dress as a goddess, but
Yeah.
at the same time, they can also wear other color dress. They can go to school.
Yeah.
They live the life of Kumari and the normal kid at the same
Normal, yeah.
time. So it's,
So I was
Yeah.
doing research and I found her. It was like so fun, like very nice
Yes. Mm-hmm.
family as well. She had like a fantastic family. Do you have a question?
I think I was going to ask, when you were, in those years, you never went outside,
no.
not one time.
No, we have that ceremonies of public appearances where we are like carried outside, but we cannot walk on the street. Like we would be carried in someone's arms, or maybe like something called that. It's like palanquin or a chariot. Maybe we're pulled, and to for festivals we have. It would be like 16 to 17 times a year that we are taken out.
So your feet never touch the ground?
No,
Never.
never.
So, like.
No, we can walk inside the house. This
Yeah,
was
yeah,
my
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
house, but not outside.
Okay, so your
Mm-hmm.
feet should not touch the ground. Did you have anything else like the ceremonies, like your feet shouldn't touch the ground, you must not drink milk, or like,
Oh, the rules. We're not allowed to have chicken, egg, and pork. And then we're not allowed to share food with the family. So we have to be like, the kitchen has to be clean, and we have to be soft first, because we get the treatment as a goddess, how you treat the princess or the goddess, give the first priority to her, and something like that. So the family can only eat after the Kumari has eaten, and there's some purity restrictions like that. We cannot wear leather goods, so it's like that.
do you have like still like anything connected to these traditions? Like you cannot drink milk, you cannot eat pork, or just
I still do not eat chicken, pork, because
Okay.
like it's been 10 years that I was following the same rules, and it does not sound right to have. I don't know.
do you still visit the Kumari
I
house
do.
sometimes?
Yes, I do.
They're also nice people. So, any other question? From 5 to 15, 10 years. Amazing story.
I guess one more question.
Okay.
At what point did you realize how important your role was?
I think I was like 10 or 11 that I started liking what I was doing, because like I have 2 younger brothers who would go to school, and how family treat them and how family treat me was like completely different. Sometimes like people say that you should be jealous of your brothers, they have so much freedom, they can go out, play and do everything they want, but it was the other way around, because my brothers were jealous of me, in fact, because like I would get all the superior treatments. Like people say that the Kumari life is so much secluded, they cannot smile, they cannot do this, they cannot do that, but I think a lot of things like that comes in the media is like the half truth, and there are hours where we have to sit on and show, suppress our emotions and show like we're very serious, we are being possessed. But there, like when she's out of that place, when she takes off her ornaments, she's just a normal kid. She can play, she can talk to anyone. And maybe in the past it was difficult for them, because like people, the Kumaris were always like deprived of education, and people would fear to come and teach a goddess. They have like, even with datings and relationships now. People still see us from that lenses, like as a goddess, so they are afraid to come and approach us for dating purpose. So there are a lot of myths that is associated with it, which needs to be cleared. But apart from that, I think this is a very beautiful culture, and it needs to be, changed. Make like the rules. They were very strict in the past, but with the change in time, they've been like, lenient, and that should continue. But not at the cost of the girl who is like spending her childhood in the name of culture. So maybe like balance both of it.
So you mentioned an interesting thing, like the boys approaching to you. How do they approach to you?
People still believe that we have that remains of power from our time as a goddess.
Yeah.
So they're very afraid. And like there's one big myth, like people say that if an ex-goddess marries, the husband will die in a year. So that's because of why like people are very afraid. But there's so many ex-Kumaris who are already married. They have like children, their grandchildren, and the husband is still alive. Come on, like that should be in the media. I was like...
That's so good. That's so interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's also like a lot of TV programs in the Western world, like BBC, they're exaggerating, like they're trying to make it like very powerful with the words. Her feet will never touch the ground.
Yes.
And they never mention that her feet can touch the ground at the house, but they're just a little bit exaggerating.
Just for the point of, viewers and...
Yeah. So that's also like a little bit affecting, of course. And like people would think, wow, a child will never be able to walk like years and years. So
No, in fact, I think like if you come from a very rural part, you've been there, grown up there, and you come to an urban area, definitely you'll feel the same. The traffic is so difficult here in Nepal. So it's like, it's not because of the Kumari culture, but it's because of the change in place, change in like experiences. And I think slowly we can just learn it. It will take some time. The transition is of course hard, but I think being a goddess, it has helped me improve my spiritual knowledge, and I had very less time to learn whatever other students, like other children, they have been learning from their young age. They have been learning to adapt to that world, but I had like very few months to adjust and learn their lifestyle, and I could. So I think that adaptability to change was something that I learned, the maturity at a very young age maybe. There were qualities that were shaped inside me because of my life as a Kumari. So I take it positively. And,
that's very good. That's first time I'm doing an interview with a goddess, so I'm also excited. Very excited. And how did you learn English so well? Like
I was educated when I was Kumari. A teacher would come and teach me. So like the basic subjects like English, maths, everything.
Have you been like to England?
No, I've been. No. I've been to some parts of India, some in Thailand, and some parts of Nepal, but not outside.
Oh, very impressive. You speak perfectly. Very, very impressive.
Thank you.
I was like,
this is my third language actually.
Yeah, you speak.
Yeah, Newari is my mother tongue. It's like it's a clan inside the Buddhist family, and Nepali is like a national language. Everyone speaks Nepali here, and English is we learn in schools. And
thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was fantastic. Fantastic to talk to you and learn. I've learned a lot.
You're from Turkey?
Yeah, to Turkey. And traveling, you can learn more when traveling than reading.
Yes.
That's also one of the proofs to this word. Very nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Time.
Yeah.
So these are even older Kumaris, like
Yes. That's my aunt. She was also a Kumari.
your aunt?
Yeah.
She
was also, both of these. She was like 2 years old when she was chosen. I think she's good.
Well, look at
That's
her.
all of me. That's my aunt.
Look at her here. She's like...
And that's all the jewelries that pass on from Kumaris to Kumaris.
Ah.
I don't know how old they are.
They must be like a few hundred years old at least. Red. Is the color of the goddess
Yes.
Telaju, I guess. Your aunt, how old was she when she finished?
She stopped when she was 32. This is a very unique case in the history.
32.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, when the Kumaris, they change when they have their periods, right? But in her case, she never got her period. So she remained an official Kumari for a very longest time. She's like the longest serving Kumari ever. And later she was like replaced, showing that she's aged enough. Like Kumaris is supposed to be young, not the old ones. So she was replaced but then she decided to continue her lifestyle as a goddess. So she's still, you know, she does not go out. She's still spending her days as she dresses up as goddess, and there's still some people who come and meet her. But
How old is she?
She's now 74. So
74.
people treat her as a long life Kumari. So she chose never to
I was actually going to ask you about this. Like some woman doesn't get period. It's rarely,
Yeah.
but I was going to ask if it ever happened, and like
Yeah.
we got the answer here. And is it like possible to interview with her, or?
No, she's same as Kumari. She's just living the same lifestyle. You can see her if you want. She can get her blessing. She lives with me, but she cannot talk to anyone.
She doesn't talk still.
No,
Just
no,
family.
She can talk with the family, but not with the outside.
When can we see her? If you want to see her.
She's upstairs. I can ask for permission if you
Okay. Yeah.
want. Okay.
That would be so fun. Okay, we go out. You can ask
You
her.
can take blessings, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You go first, then I go last.
Can you get the blessing?
Yes.
Just sit down here. Put the here. Put it on your here.
The sun. Where?
On your day.
Should I put it in my?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. This is for my friend. For me. Thank you.
Evet arkadaşlar, gerçekten derine girmek ne kadar güzel. Ne kadar güzel anılar oluyor. Evet, yaşayan bir tanrıça tarafından bugün 2 kere. İlkinde çekime izin vermediler ama bu köye gelince tabii ki durum farklı. Turistik bir yer değil. Çok daha sıcak karşılandık. Hatta konuşabildik de. Süper oldu. Evet, bugünlük bu kadar. Kendinize iyi bakın. Devam ediyoruz. Devam ediyoruz. Bakalım başka kumarilerle röportaj yapabilecek miyiz? Nepal'in derinlerinden sevgilerle.